Seriously? Hey guys, 6 Plus Stevo here with another video for you. And boy, are you going to be glad you tuned into this one, because I am going to save you some serious money. There's a shop on the high street in the UK called Poundland. I'm sure you non-UK subscribers have similar stores, dollar stores, etc. And it is, as I found, very surprising what good hobby materials and equipment you can find at these places. So I'm going to share with you guys what I found. So without further ado, let's take a look. So yeah, here we are, secret covert operations in Poundland. So yeah, I'm in there with my camera now just to show you guys some of the products you can find. These knife sets, 6 Stanley blades in there for £1. Very, very useful. We've got super glue and stuff here, even the Loctite stuff, you know, brand name stuff, some of this stuff. Tape measures, always useful. Here we go, here's a saw. This is perfect for your conversions and whatnot. What else have we got along here? This is a gold find. This black spray, I'm going to talk about this in a minute, but as you can see, you've got your gloss black, you've got your matte black, and you've even got your grey as well. And for £1, £1. Now, what is it GW charge for their undercoats at the moment? It's something like about, I'm sure it's about £12, probably maybe even more now. But it's bloody expensive. Excuse the camera. I'll be honest with you, I felt like a bit of a knobhead walking around Poundland filming stuff. I had my 2-year-old daughter with me as well, so hence why I've cut the sound off and stuff. I didn't want to wander through Poundland chatting about the hobby to myself. These things are quite interesting. You've got like little gems, little self-adhesive gems. There's a lot of this sort of stuff in the arts and crafts area. And they can be used for all sorts of stuff. These are great as well, brush pack. For terrain and stuff. You don't want to be spending lots of money when you're doing terrain things. You've got your little sponges on the end of brushes and that. Great for adding some of the like effects paints, like rust and blood and things like that on your models. You couldn't quite see them there either, but there was a couple more of those little self-adhesive gems. Useful stuff. Yeah, anyway guys, back to the studio, as it were. Sorry, the footage in Poundland, I would have loved to have, there was loads more stuff in there I could have showed you, but like I said in the video there, I felt like a bit of a knobhead walking around. I've got my 2-year-old daughter in the pushchair with me. Every Wednesday it's mine and her day together, so we're out there and I've just got the camera, and I just wanted to film and show the stuff actually in the store and just sort of see the volume of stuff you could get. And it was bloody hot today as well. It was a scorcher, so I wanted to get in and out of there. I picked up a couple of bits today. A lot of the stuff I showed you I've already got. For example, this. It's the same one that I showed you on the video that I saw. Like I said, £1 for this little saw. It comes with 2 spare blades, and this has been brilliant for me for converting. Where I've been converting a lot of my orc vehicles and my tank busters and stuff like that. When I've had to saw stuff, this is great. It's fantastic. It does need a little cleaning up with the file and stuff, but it gets a pretty clean straight cut. And for sawing through like plastic and resin and stuff, you can't fault it. For £1. It's just one of the many things you can find in there. Now, I imagine if you're going to buy something like that from a tool store, or you know, from GW, or like a hobby thing, you may get a slightly better quality, but it's going to cost you a lot of money, and any money you save on these tools and stuff, this is money you can use towards more models and more of the fun stuff. Because let's face it, this stuff, this isn't fun. We get this because we need it. It's just it's a necessity. If you want to convert, you need to start hacking things up, you need to start chopping things up, and these sort of things are needed. And the knives, simple Stanley blades. These were invaluable to me when I was making my terrain, my desert terrain. If you haven't seen the video of that yet, I might pop one of them little linky things up there. So go and check that out. But made that with a lot of polystyrene and stuff, so slicing up a lot of that. And again, the Stanley blades are perfect, and I even use them sometimes for the models if there's certain little bits that I can't quite get the clippers in. It's good. So they've got loads of uses. And £1 for 6. You get 4 of these big ones, and then I think you get 2 of the skinnier ones. It's a Stanley blade, or what do you want? It's a Stanley blade. There's no difference to this and any more expensive ones. It's absolute steal, bargain. I mean, they're handy things to have around the house anyway, aren't they? As is this. These are all just handy little tools to have. But for £1, it's just insane value. And I want to show you as well the spray that I showed you. I already had one of these, but having used it in the store today, I bought 3 more. This is good, isn't it? Health and safety, flammable can, cigarette, but 300ml. So you do get slightly less than you do in the GW cans. I think they're like 500ml or round about that. But so they're slightly smaller anyway. But they're £1. So, like I said, I'm not sure on the exact price of the GW spray, but I'm sure it's £12 or above. So just even best case scenario, you could get 12 of these for the price of one GW one. And don't think this is any different either. Don't think this is you're getting like a worse quality product. I was nervous the first time I used this, and I did test it out on a model that I wasn't really that fussed about. And I can honestly say it's exactly the same. There is no difference whatsoever. You're not going to see it because my lighting's shit. But this is a killer can ready to be painted that I've sprayed with this, and I've done all 6 of them with this spray, and it's perfect. It is. You get an even spread. It comes out nice quality. It's smooth. It gives really good coverage. When you're painting on it, the paint adheres to it really good, just like with GW spray or like any of the other ones like Army Painter, etc. I can't fault it at all. And since discovering this, I will never ever buy a hobby spray, undercoat spray again, because why would I when I can literally get this for £1? Now it's obviously meant for cars, but it's exactly the same stuff. It's perfect. I can't fault it at all. I've got another one. I've got a grey primer as well. I've used that one. I used that when I painted up my son's Space Marine Captain for him. I undercoated him with that. It's again really good. Great coverage. Perfect. I can't fault it at all. I haven't tried the gloss one, although I don't know why. Well, there might be a call for it. So there is a gloss one as well. That's probably not going to be as usable because it's got the sort of glossy finish. I don't know how that would affect like paint sticking to it and stuff for an undercoat, but it might have its uses. Now, some of the products, one of the products I've got that I wouldn't get again, because not all bargains are good. Sometimes things are cheap for a reason. When I was making my terrain, I use a lot of like polyfiller, and got the stuff from like a hardware store in the UK here, B&Q. I got a big tub of that, and was like I don't think it's called that in the US. It's just like, you know, what you smooth in like cracks in walls and holes in the walls and stuff. I was making my sort of mountains and things out of polystyrene and then covering them in polyfiller to give them like a hard shell, and it worked really well. And then I saw in Poundland they had the same stuff, all-purpose filler, for £1 a pot, and I thought, great, again, another way I can cut costs and get a load of stuff for helping me make terrain and stuff on the cheap. I have used it, but I wasn't impressed with this. It's probably fine if you've got a little hole in your wall, you can put a bit of this in, it will do the job all right. But for terrain, it doesn't set very hard, and it's got more of a sandy texture to it. It sort of crumbles easier. I wasn't very impressed with this, but again, you get what you pay for compared to sort of £6 or £7 what it would cost for a good tub of the polyfiller. This is a quid, so yeah, I mean, for me it's a no, but it's a cheap option there. That's just some of the stuff I've picked up anyway. I mean, I've seen loads of other bits, like the little gems you saw. I've seen people use them to great effect, like you know, when people are making like a, say, like a bit of terrain, like a swamp with like bubbles and stuff coming out of it, or like a toxic pool. They've used those little round stickers, peel the stuff off, stick it down, and then just painted them, and then you've got like the bubbles. So it's just one way you can use them, but you've got like little gems and stuff, so you could use them in for like bits of treasure, you know, whatever your sort of thing you've got in mind. And those brushes, I've picked up cheap sort of poster paint brushes, again, for when I'm painting my terrain and stuff. I don't want to be messing up my good expensive brushes, and I don't need to be, you know, I'm just slapping on, getting a good coverage. They're perfect. You can get packs of them for £1. And the one you saw in the video, they even had like the little sponges on the sticks. Again, great for like getting like effects and stuff. So what else did they have? They didn't have anything like it today when I went down there, but I have seen in the past, when you look through like the garden sort of furniture bit and the ornaments, they quite often have like I don't know, just random stuff. The stuff's different in there every time you go in there, but I've seen lots of like ornamental things for the garden or the home, little knick-knack things that my mind's where, and I can see potential of using them for bits of terrain and stuff. You know, like people go into aquariums and stuff, and they get like the, you know, the bits and pieces for like fish tank stuff, because they make good bits of terrain. There's loads of little bits like that, just cool little things you can use. And like I say, you've got your super glue in there. You've got PVA glue. You can get big tubs of PVA glue in there for £1. That's great when you're, you know, basing your models and stuff. So yeah, there you go, guys. Anyway, that's geez, it is hot. I am sweating big time. But yeah, there you go. Great savings to be had. I thoroughly recommend, if you haven't already, get yourselves down Poundland. Definitely this is my hot ticket item. Pick up a whole load of these and never ever look back, because that saves you so much money, and it is genuinely exactly the same quality. I can't fault it. I think it's just brilliant. So anyway, guys, hopefully I've managed to save a few of you a few quid. Go down there, check it out, and let me know what you think. Thank you, guys, and see you on the next one. This is 6+ Stevo, signing out.